when did I first hear about this store? It must have been around 2015. We drove to Salem, Virginia because my sister, now an alumni, was visiting colleges around this time, and Roanoke College was one of the first that we visited. Of course, being such a small town, we didn't know what there was to do around campus. It seemed as if all of the places that we could visit frequently were all around Main Street. It was actually our mother who saw it. We were driving down to Main Street when she pointed and said, "There's an antique store here?" It was a bright blue sign on two different sides of the store, and in front of the entrance was a massive parking lot. That was Charlotte's Web. Charlotte's Web opened its doors over 20 years ago, and during that time it has gone through a few owners. The current owner, John, has been working here since 2020 and is constantly making renovations around the store. So back in 2018, this area where the vinyl is now, this is where the guitars used to be, but now they've moved further down, so you can see that this is just some of the examples that have changes that have been made within the store just to adapt with things that have been brought in and just things that are going back and forth out of the store and into other vicinities. To get a better understanding of what's going on in the store, I sat down, or I guess stood up with an interview with John to ask what it's like working in the store and to ask what kind of difficulties a person within this type of business may face.
Keeping stock. You're always having to look for more and more because we sell so much daily. I'm always looking to always trying to find new, older stuff. So that's probably the most difficult thing is just, and getting your name out there. This has been an antique store for over 20 years, and I'm still dumbfounded to the fact that how many people do not know that it's here, even the people that live in Salem. I am really surprised at how many people do not realize what this is and where it is, because it's right here on Main Street, and I've talked to people who pass by it every day and did not realize, even though it's got a big sign outside, a big sign right across the top of it, antiques, that had no idea that this was an antique store. So the difficulty of I use Facebook, I use Instagram, I've got a interstate sign, I've got directional signs, and still the people that just do not realize that it's here.
So a lot of people are missing out on a lot of things, just because they don't know it's here. While I do often come here to satiate my vinyl collecting addiction, that's not the only thing that should be focused on in the store. Even though there's a plethora of genres and different artists, the store still has many things to offer. Stuff that you might have never expected to find up for sale, such as a whole stoplight. I was playing red light, green light with it for some reason. While there's a lot of old items, there are also some more modern ones if you look hard enough. There are cameras, some video games, and also a unicycle for some reason. Brand new. You may also find some gems, like this original blue studio ribbon mic. There's a selection dedicated to old military memorabilia, with old books, uniforms, medals, and an empty mortar shell. I think I'll step away from this one. Also, this might be a bit of a personal thing, but I also found a 2003 Star Wars Burger King Kids Meal watch that I hadn't seen since 2005 and finally remember that you can twist it to get a second design at the back. That's awesome. I'm sure what most people see alongside the store is the fact that there's a sizable yard with other items for sale. We take a look outside to see what else there is to find within the outside of Charlotte's Web. So it's not just the inside that has a bunch of stuff, but also the outside. Now you can look and see that there's a bunch of stuff that doesn't fit inside of the store that's also stored back here. And even with stuff that is inside that you can find, if it's in excess, there's also a lot more that's out there regarding electronics or vinyl collections or board games, toys, anything just pretty much back there. So if you think you've seen a bunch or just seen almost everything inside of the store, you'll also see that there's a whole bunch that you can find here as well that are also really nice. So I'm outside right now and I'm gonna get out of here because it is wasp season and I do not want to get stung. The store has a very nice charm to it, and hide Easter eggs in places you wouldn't normally look. On the ceiling are street signs, all with references to the Beatles, with them being named respectfully with Abbey Road, the Long and Winding Road, Penny Lane, Strawberry Fields, and the most iconic one, the restroom. This store is often popular with Roanoke College students, who will often come here to buy antiques to be kept to decorate within their room. Many Salem residents often come by here as well, and within certain times, such as the afternoon, it often gets busy. I stood up with one of the employees who works here, Lisa, to get a better understanding of what it's like as an employee within the store. What made you decide to work here?
Well, I've always been buying and selling vintage or antiques. My sister has a booth here, so I would put stuff in her booth and then we would share booths. And then she was working, so she got me to help her, and then I just started working. This is the fun job.
So, is it frequent in which a lot of antique stores will often exchange?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll send customers to other malls as well as hopefully they'll send them to us. Because people that are looking and shopping antique and vintage want to look at all the antique malls. They'll ask me, are there any more locals? So then I'll send them down the street because there are a couple more in Salem.
And because it's so close to Roanoke College, you get a lot of students that often come here?
We do, and I've gotten to recognize them since I've been working full time. So it's nice to see them buying vintage and older things and getting into what people aren't using anymore. It's like doing a full circle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I've also heard from my sister was an alumni here, and she would say that she and her friends would often come here a lot, and also a lot of different students just to get some things for their rooms and stuff for home.
Yeah.
So, I have a lot of fond memories of visiting this store, and I know my mom and I are going to be sad to leave Salem. I'm going to be sad to know that I may not be here as frequently as, at the time of this recording, I'll be graduating. This store was what got me interested in antiques and could have possibly been the reason as to why I have such a difficult time throwing away old things. I genuinely will miss this place, and I want to thank the people who work there for giving me such a positive experience every single time I've come to visit. What are some of your favorite things that you've come across in the store?
Customers, what they're looking for. Watching people on the camera sometimes, I've literally, because of the music we play, I've seen couples dancing back here. I've seen people seem to have a good time in here. They remember from the childhood, and always when I'm hunting for this stuff, it's pretty cool of the stuff that I find. You know, some of the stuff, it takes a lot of work to bring this stuff in here. And then every now and again you find something that's just really cool. And so I guess that would be the funnest part or the best part. That and the customers. Customers are really cool. 99% of them really enjoy coming in here. Once they come in here, they come back. I've got people that regularly come in. When they come in, say for Roanoke College, for the kids, they come here every year. You know, so I enjoy that. During one of my shoots for this documentary, a woman passing through told me that one person's trash is another person's treasure. I've heard that phrase all my life and didn't really bother to try to understand it. It only took me 21 years to figure that out, and yeah, she's right.